You see, when I'm prophesying to people, there are 3 different ways I minister to people. Number 1 is by the Spirit of God. He sounds different than the angel of the Lord. And that sounds different than my spirit. Because the Spirit also knows all things. Obviously, the Spirit doesn't have the information God has, but it is tapped into the Spirit of God so it can have what God has. It can search the mind of God. Is this making sense? Yes. So there are times when it is my spirit. When I hear people's names, sometimes I hear names, sometimes it is a sound that will tell me the name. And the sound is not just audible, it's also visual. Let me give you an example. I was prophesying to a woman on Sunday, and she showed a picture of a man that was sick in the hospital. And I said, your uncle who is in the hospital, when I looked at him, I saw a man who's called the King of Rock. Oh. Immediately I knew this man's name is who? Because of the sound. What I saw produced a sound that I know what the person's name is. God didn't just tell me Elvis. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. He didn't come to me and said his name is Elvis. He didn't do that. I had to interpret what I had seen. Now, there are times I just hear names like usual. But you see, when the Bible speaks about the audible voice of God, it is audible to those who are spiritually sensitive. It's not audible to everybody. As mighty as Elijah was, he only functioned with a still small voice. He did not hear God audibly. He heard him in stillness. Meaning the calm that came with the voice made him know that it was the voice. I know. Now, I'm not trying to go to these places because I feel like I'm teaching prophetic school. So I'll have to delete this video. But did you find it? But all these things are designed to move you closer to being more spiritual. Jesus is speaking. Peter pulls him to the side and says, Lord, stop talking like this. You will never die. And Jesus recognized that it was Satan, not simply by what Peter said, but the sound that pushed Peter. He knew that it was the devil. He could separate it from Peter just being emotional and loving Jesus so much that he did not want Jesus to die. Because Jesus' mother said, my son, let me be crucified with you. Why is this? He said, mother, behold your son. Son, behold your mother. He didn't say, walk thee behind me, Satan. Why was there no walk thee behind me, Satan? Very simple. The sound was pure. Do you realize even in the physical, right? Somebody says feels like you're holding back for some reason. Really? Let me help you understand something. You made me lose my thought. JT. When we have conversations with people, right? Somebody you love may use the wrong tone, even though what they are saying is accurate and true. You reject it. How could you say that to me like that? But what I said was true. No, it's the way you said it, not what you said. So what's the problem? It's not what you said, it's the way you said it. So you are okay with what I said, but you don't like how I said it. It was the tone of your voice. You are so mean. But did what I said mean? No. Was it true or false? No, it was true. But your tone put a different meaning. Notice, you value tone or sound more than the words.
That's good.
That's good.
Because my tone can flavor the message, or my tone can disrupt the message. Is this making sense?
Yes.
We enjoyed the tone of things being in a manner we can digest. That makes us listen to the message. If the tone is wrong, we don't even want to hear the message. Your approach was just, the way you approached it, but did I do wrong? No, you didn't. Your approach, you just sounded mean. See, this is where men get confused. Meaning, if you don't control your passion, you found it? Okay, you found it. Okay, play it. Listen. Okay, JT really went on. It really bothered you like that.
Pakistan today we have to the bordering of Afghanistan here after the Afghani OCC border area. We have to the rocket launcher firing after the people 35 wanted to block it. Pakistan today we have to the bordering of Afghanistan here after the Afghani OCC border area. We have to the
That's how English sounds to people who don't understand it.
That's good.
That's just, I'm helping you understand something. So there are different sounds you hear all the time. Some call you to an addiction. Some call you to worship. Some call you to chase after God. But there is always a sound that you're hearing. And that sound has a meaning. The issue is, if the meaning is not understood, you become a barbarian unto the one speaking to you, and you destroy yourself. Now, Satan actually wants you to be a barbarian, not to speak to him, but he wants you to respond to what he has said. Because when you give the wrong response, he got you. Satan doesn't want you to have the correct response. He wants you to have a bad response. Therefore, if I know not the meaning of the voice, I shall be unto him that speaketh a barbarian. He that speaketh shall be a barbarian unto me. Verse 12. Even so, ye foremost are zealous of spiritual gift, seek that ye may excel to the edifying of the church. So if your gift does not edify, it has the wrong sound.
Amen.
Let me push this a little farther for you to understand. Have you noticed how New Agers are obsessed about sound and frequencies?
Yeah.
Have you seen how obsessed they are with that? They are very obsessed with it. And let me be honest with you, there is a truth to it. The reason why you can't hear God is because the sound you are looking for is not audible with human ears. Only your spirit can respond to it. No, I'm being honest with you. Everything that we have, our cell phones, the reason why you have T-Mobile and maybe you are the 10th billion person that has it, but they can turn off your phone. You didn't pay your bill, they turn off your phone. Why? Because there is a specific receiving frequency in your phone that they know. They can just turn that off, but every other phone will still get service, not yours.
That's true.
Because the frequency of your phone resides in a unique place. Usually, even with wireless microphones and things like that, you have to find different frequencies that are not interfering with other things in order for them to work. So spiritually, it's 100% the same. Many of you say, Father, I want to hear spiritually. The truth is you have been.
Amen.
You have been. You just don't understand the meaning to the sound. Before this, Apostle Paul speaks about if a harp makes an uncertain sound, who will prepare for battle? Or if the horn makes the sound of a harp. Imagine those days when there was a battle coming, somebody would blow a horn. And everybody's preparing for war. But you imagine war is coming and it's a Spanish guitar. I want you to hold me in your arms like so a different song immediately. No one is going to prepare for battle. People will be.
That's good.
I remember my first time going to Houston. It was the first American storm I ever experienced. In Africa, we don't have these weather patterns you people have here. We've had floodings and things like that, but the rain here I've never seen anything like that. It scared me. I thought Jesus was coming. I'm serious. I was in a hotel room. And rain started. When I had lightning and thunder I was like, yeah. Father, purify me. Water just rose. I said, where is Noah? Come and save us. It shocked me because I wasn't familiar. But everybody else was calm. Why? They are familiar with it. So when we hear a sound we don't know, either we will be shaken.
Come on.
Or we will not hear it at all. When God comes to you, fear will grip you, but that fear will not be the fear of the devil. It will be a fear of reverence. You have never experienced this, so it will shake you up. And that shaking you up is also getting your attention to tell you this is very serious. The reason why I'm sharing this with you, and because of time, because this I can keep going, but I want you to first of all learn this. You need to be studied to understand that when this happens, what does this mean? And track it a few times to see if it bears the same result, then you know the meaning. Is this making sense? Because if not, you just start giving words that have no... Like I'll give you an example. My Genesis when I was young, God would not speak to me, but God would put impressions on me when I was dealing with certain people. I'll meet somebody and I'm a young boy and I look at them and I feel the same way I felt when my father died. I know their father died or a father figure died. So I'll pray for them and say, I don't know if your father or somebody like a father to you died. Oh my God, how did you know? And I'm a small boy. How did I know this? Because the impact of my father's departure left a mark on me. And the problem with being a prophet is you cannot unsee things. You don't forget things. It's called the prophetic mind. It records and it keeps it. So when now, years later when my mother passed away, what I felt like, what it felt like in that day, what it felt like in that moment remained in my soul also. If I met somebody and I felt that impression that is familiar, my mind already tells me it's their mother. So because I have intertwined that so much, when I look at them and I feel it, I don't know, I no longer feel. I hear the voice.
That's good.
Their mother passed on. And it goes even further. Their mother's name is Mary. This and this and this is what. Now it goes. I just gave you a free prophetic lesson.
You did.
But this is a dimension that we all can work from. You don't need to hear the way I hear in extra details of, I know who did that to you. I will tell you the time, the day, the place. You don't need all that. I'm just telling you fundamental. If you are filled with the Spirit of God, if you are a child of God, God should be able to instruct you. Basic. Should be. That's automatic. There shouldn't be anything complex or complicated about that. Did that make sense?
Yes.
So you no longer, because you hear the sound because it has no meaning. When it has a meaning, you no longer hear the sound, you hear the voice. My sheep hear my voice. He didn't say they listen to my voice. He didn't say they listen to my words. He said they hear my voice. Because sheep don't know the meaning of what we say. They just know if it's the shepherd or not. My sheep hear my voice. I know them and they follow me. So a sheep is supposed to hear before they can understand. How did you get saved? Jesus called you. You heard him. And you gave your life to Jesus, but you didn't hear him saying, come to me, salvation. You didn't hear it like that. But now you can see people in need of salvation and you know how to talk to them. How? The sound has a meaning now. Yeah. Is this making sense now?
Yes, sir.
There are days you wake up, you feel like something is wrong. Now you have to ask yourself, when did you experience that feeling first? And what happened on that day? Then it may be a warning of something that happened before Satan is trying again. And once you hear the sound, you can pray and say, Lord, is this against me or somebody that I love? Then the Holy Spirit will nudge you to show you. But you have no interaction because when the sound comes, you never heard it or you respond to it incorrectly.